Welcome to Anime Archaeologist. Today, I'll be reviewing episode 2 of the Urusei Yatsura remake. Last time, we saw Ataru dealing with Lum. I swear, Lum is weirdly funny. As far as episodes go, this is quite comical and I'll say why this is the case in here. Warning! The spoilers are in a ribbon. The episode begins with Lum chasing Ataru from the previous episode. After this, we're in school. Both the teacher and Shinobu are getting mad at Lum, flirting at Ataru. Indeed, this is a classroom. Shinobu's friends stand up for Shinobu while Lum kisses Ataru on the lips. Lum? This is lewd because kissing leads to babies. Shinobu buries Ataru underneath many desks. Evening arrives and we see Ataru nursing himself and Lum cuddles him, complete with a shock. After the opening theme, we see a restaurant and Lum's on the TV looking for Ataru. Apparently, Ataru's at the restaurant after running away from everyone involved. He runs from the restaurant and happens to meet a woman. Ataru here realizes that the girl's a beauty and goes horny on her. And of course, he does get slapped for it. The girl mentions physiognomy. She's looking sus right about now. Later, Ataru and the weird lady are at a playground. She says that Ataru is unlucky with the women. He says that the woman's words and actions don't match. She's mega sus! She then tells Ataru that she'll exorcise him, and they go to what appears to be the woman's place. And we see the first half's title, Present for You. The fact that it looks poopy is giving me ideas. It's revealed that her name is Sakura. Well, at least she doesn't look like that pink-haired stan from Naruto. Ataru realizes that something's up and gets captured by Sakura's mom. After getting dragged to what appears to be a sanctuary, Ataru gets smacked by Sakura because he tried to leave. Ataru gets Asian to exorcism, but Sakura can't focus because of all the pain that she's having. An aura shows up from Sakura and all of a sudden, weird spirits start attaching to Ataru. I say, Sakura's making me hungry with all of her chanting. All of a sudden, Sakura's feeling well. Apparently, all those spirits were causing her those various illnesses, and they're all attaching themselves to Ataru. She then exorcises Ataru again, and now, the Grim Reaper shows up and we cut to the hospital. Cherry is Sakura's uncle? Japanese puns! Ataru's dying at the hospital when he hears the voice of the nurse. He wakes up. The power of horny is strong in this man. Lum is so mad that she shocks him. And so the first part ends. The second part begins with Lum shocking and putting Ataru in a wrestling hold for cheating on her. The gossip from the last episode says that Mr. and Mrs. Moroboshi need to deal with Ataru. Lum leaves and we see Ataru talk to Cherry about Lum. And she pops out of a pipe and angrily chases after Ataru. Later, he meets one of his friends at his own place and the friend says that Cherry had sent him something. It's a yellow ribbon and a note. It says that the ribbon should be tied around Lum's horns and that the only one who could remove it is the one who had put it on her head. Lum pops up and asks Ataru what's up. He says that he has a ribbon and that's what girls on Earth wear to look cute. He then talks about husbands and wives here. As he ties the ribbon on to Lum's horns, she's amused. As Lum is about to fly out, she falls to the ground. We get introduced to the second half's title, The Yellow Ribbon of Happiness. Apparently, Lum really can't fly. While Ataru and his friend are following Lum, someone else approaches her. She tries shocking the guy, but alas, not happening here. The guy gets bonked on the head by Ataru's friend. She tries shocking someone again, but it's not working. Ataru pops up and Lum says that she must be sick. She hugs Ataru and he's looking smug here. Quick! I found a meme face! Shinobu pops up and gets trolled by Lum. Yes, folks! Shinobu's mad because she's trying to give some sweets to Ataru. She leaves and a few hours later, Ataru's friends are trying to protect Lum, but alas, the simps got told off by Ataru. The three guys are all fighting over Lum and the simps got thrown out by Ataru. Lum cuddles Ataru and asks him to sleep with her. He's flabbergasted and tells Lum to take off the ribbon. The simps return and Lum throws Ataru's stuff at him. All of a sudden, one of the simps reads that one note from Cherry and Lum is mad. One does that simply anger Lum. After Ataru takes off the ribbon, Lum shocks him. We now see Cherry and a big cat camping somewhere. he leaves for Sakura's place. We see an old man beg at a young guy named Shotaro and he jumps out of a plane, and so the episode ends. This episode made me laugh, not gonna lie. The first half is based off the first half of the original's episode 5, along with chapter 4 from the manga. The second half is based off the first half of the original's episode 7 and chapter 16 from the manga. An obvious difference between this episode and the original is that Lum's cousin Ten hasn't showed up yet in this remake. When will we see that guy? Another difference is that in the original's episode 5, the whole bit where Lum is flirting with Ataru in the classroom is a flashback that he tells to Sakura, whereas in this remake episode, it's not a flashback. The exorcism scene in this episode is truly a Sakuga moment. As for the original and the remake, both are able to have good ways to introduce the stories. In the original, we see Lum and her UFO complete with the episode title. In the remake, it's become part of the episode itself. Who is Shotaro and why did he jump off a plane to school? Come join me next week as I'll review episode 3.